from danger by Mittelstedt for Germany. So Scotland down to 10 men. Gunn is the goalkeeper. Hanley, Hendry and Tierney are the centre-halves now after Porteous was sent off late in the first half. Ralston and Robertson are the wing-backs. McTominay, McGregor and McGinn really in midfield, and Christie of Bournemouth furthest forward for Germany. Neuer is the goalkeeper. Kimmich, Rudiger, Tah and Mittelstedt are the defenders. It's now Kroos alongside Gross in midfield, with Musiala and Wirtz out wide. Scotland haven't been able to cope with them, and Gundogan behind Havertz up front. Lots of Scotland fans returning to their seats all around us in the commentary position. We're close to the Scotland dugout. They've won another free kick. They've taken it quickly wide. Left is Tierney. Tierney heads for the dead ball line, cuts it back across. Arriving is Callum McGregor, and Germany able to block him off through Kimmich. Scotland have looked more threatening in the first 90 seconds of the second half than they did in the whole of the first half. But Ralston has committed a foul now on the halfway line, and he's going to get a yellow card for that trip on Wirtz. Well, 3-0 Germany. Here's Chris Llewellyn.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, Joe, there. You know, I think you're looking at Scotland, when they don't have that outlet of Adams, players are having to take control and drive themselves. Kieran Tierney there, excellent down the left-hand side. Great little cut back as well. John McGinn wasn't too far away. Scott McTominay a little bit earlier as well. You know, he wins the second ball. He goes in between Gundogan and Pascal Gross as well. Wins a free kick, but just little moments. You know, that's what I expected to see. You players take responsibility, got on the ball, drive at the German players.
Germany on the attack again now. Far side of the field with Gundogan, who plays the ball back to Tah, who's about 5 yards into Scotland territory. The Germany supporters have thoroughly enjoyed the first half. It couldn't have gone much better for them. And now Germany playing towards the end that houses tens of thousands of home supporters. Germany, of course, the hosts here at Euro 2024, and we'll have every single game of the tournament live for you on the TalkSport network. You're best to download the TalkSport app. Free and easy to download, and you can swipe between both TalkSport and TalkSport 2 at your leisure. The biggest win in the opening game of a European Championship was in 2020 when Italy beat Turkey by 3-0. Germany will fancy their chances of bettering that tonight. We're 3.5 minutes into the second half. Ping ball crossfield by Kroos, left to right to the near side of Kimmich, and Germany have been excellent. So composed on the ball, full of intent and ingenuity. The wide players in particular, Musiala and Wirtz, have been a joy to watch. It's a good blend of experience and youngsters in this Germany side, albeit even the youngsters themselves have done great things in the game already when you look at the achievements of Musiala and Wirtz already in their young careers, Chris.
Yeah, you know, it's like you say, they're just completely in control. Two banks now of Scotland in the two banks. They're just trying to break them down. John McGinn there's trying to drive forward. A great little bit of quality into Ryan Christie, but he's got three players around him. It's so difficult because Ryan Christie, it's his responsibility. Can he go and try and affect the likes of Kroos and Gross when they're in possession? But we never got near them when we had everyone on the pitch. They're still finding those little spaces.
Here is Jonathan Tah midway inside the Scotland half. Scotland with everybody sat back behind the ball. Fans still returning to their seats all around us here beneath the floodlights in Bavaria, the very first game of the tournament. And of course all the reaction to come on TalkSport tonight. Sports Bar Weekender from 10:30. Charlie Adam is our co-host tonight, the former Scotland midfielder. You can get your calls into him on 03717223344. Scotland down to 10 men, 3-0 down at half-time. Ryan Porteous, just the second Scottish player to be sent off at a major tournament after Craig Burley at the World Cup in 1998, and it could yet get worse in the second half. Rudiger, 40 yards out, shoots, tipped away by Gunn, flying away to his right-hand side, and even Tony Rudiger fancies a goal from range. Germany win the corner.
Yeah, I'm looking at this now. I think he sees this for a long way and reacts again very late. I think he can do better with that, but like you say, Scotland are a little bit disciplined, staying in the formation, but giving Germany far too much space, which is understandable.
Total noise behind Gunn's goal away to our right-hand side. It's filled with Germany fans. Tony Kroos will take the corner. It'll be a right-footed in-swinging delivery into the six-yard box. It's eluded everybody in a white shirt, and sprinting across to the near side. Somehow, Kimmich has kept it in play. Incredible tenacity from the Bayern Munich man who knows this stadium so well. Now Mittelstedt with a good reverse ball. Rudiger with a flying header, blocked off by McTominay. Scotland on the break with the captain Andy Robertson. Down to 10 men and trailing by 3 goals to nil live on TalkSport. Robertson managed to eat up some yards, got Scotland to the midway point of their own half, and they've won a free kick. They look like they're here to be a bit more combative in the second half, Scotland, but it's just much too late for Slovakia.
Yeah, I think so. You know, he's coming out there, Robertson there's no Scotland shots in front of him there, and he's just trying to get to make the contact with the ball, so wins the foul for Scotland there. But yeah, I think that's at best it's just damage limitations. Do not concede again, try and spoil the game, make it ugly. Difficult for Germany, but they've got that extra man and taking advantage.
Germany's nimble footwork is far too good at the moment. Here is Wirtz on the edge of the D, square to Gundogan, who dinks it towards the right hand side. I think he was caught in 2 minds there, whether to loft it directly through the middle to Havertz or look for the overlapping run of Kimmich. The German fullbacks Kimmich and Mittelstedt have got all sorts of freedom now in the wing positions, and Julian Nagelsmann, the head coach, to the left of the halfway line, claps his hands together. That Germany attack eventually comes to nothing, but they're still going in search of more goals. We'll be with Hungary and Switzerland tomorrow, elsewhere in Group A, live on TalkSport at 2 o'clock. And that's followed by Spain against Croatia, which really could be a cracker in Berlin. And then Italy against Albania at 8. Sunday, Poland against the Netherlands on TalkSport at 2. That's followed by Slovenia-Denmark on TalkSport 2. That's in England's group. And then Serbia against England as the Three Lions get their campaign underway, looking to win the Euros for the very first time. 8 o'clock Sunday night, live on TalkSport. We've got the best reaction, we've got shows live in Germany, you can watch them on our YouTube channel, the likes of White and Jordan, Breakfast, Kick-Off as well has been live in Munich this week from the various beer halls around the lovely city centre, and the Scotland fans have thoroughly enjoyed themselves, and why shouldn't they? There's still hope. And Steve Clarke said before the tournament started, 4 points was the aim, 2 games still to go. They'll have something to pick themselves up from, though, won't they, Chris Llewellyn here?
Yeah, and that's I think that's what he has created, a great environment for the players. They've kind of let themselves down, but they've been a lot more competitive this second half.
Here's John McGinn on the halfway line. I can hear the Scotland fans singing Flower of Scotland behind the goal to the left-hand side. Still in defiant mood, the Scotland supporters, but it won't see any change to the scoreline, you feel like, at the moment. 3-0 to Germany, 8 minutes into the second half. And Scotland will have to play the whole of the second half with just 10 men. And they've got to throw in the right wing position.
Yeah, but using the ball better. I think John McGinn had an opportunity there to put Ryan Christie through, but he chose to just keep the possession of the ball, come back and try. You know, that's what they've got to do.
It's about little things now, isn't it, for Scotland? It's exactly about small gains. It's about trying to keep Germany out first and foremost. And then I guess, Chris, it's can they create a chance at the other end? Can they really test man one? They didn't do it in the first half.
Exactly.
Nowhere near it, in fact, Scotland. Germany totally in control. Germany very streetwise and very slick so far. They had a poor 2023, but things have changed under Julian Nagelsmann. Even the most optimistic Germany fan, though, couldn't have hoped for a better start to the tournament than this. Scotland have possession. Ralston, right wing back to Jack Hendry wearing number 13. High ball up into the dark night sky. Tar with the simplest of cushion headers beneath the floodlights. Just token pressure from Ryan Christie. Now Germany looking to exploit the gap to the back. Mittelstedt forward towards Gundogan on the edge of the penalty area. Took a deflection off McTominay. It spiralled back towards the Scotland goal, and Kieran Tierney was there coming across towards the near side of left to intercept. An intelligent ball up the near side left channel towards Christie. And Tar came across and was checked by Christie there. That's a free kick to Germany. High fives between the two centre-halves, Rudiger and Tar.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Ryan Christie there. It's not a bad ball from Tierney down the left flank. Tar's been excellent, hasn't he? You know, I think that relationship with him and Rudiger, completely in control, dominant. But yeah, Christie's very much isolated.
Mittelstedt's cross deflected behind off Hendry. That'll be another Germany corner. You're absolutely right though, Chris. Christie's taken up the role of Shea Adams. The most thankless task in this opening game, playing that number 9 role for Scotland so far.
Yeah, when Angus Gunn has a goal kick, it's Robertson and Ralston that are going up beside them as a three, as an outlet.
Gross corner short to the edge of the box, and Pascal Gross, who struck it firmly, but it was well blocked by the sliding Hendry. There's a little bit more of a robustness about Scotland in the 11 minutes of the second half that we've seen so far. Down to 10 men and trailing by 3 goals to nil. It's all Germany once more in terms of possession. Musiala corner the penalty area. Back to Kroos. About 40 yards out. Square ball to Kimmich. Kimmich all the time in the world to look up and strike it goalwards. Blocked by Hanley before it could reach Angus Gunn. Header away by McGregor. Nobody's there in a dark blue shirt. Scotland with all 9 outfield players standing behind the ball. And an onerous task awaits them as this second half goes on. Havertz near side the right, back to Kimmich. Now Gross takes over. You do feel it's a question of how many Germany will get. At the moment, as I say, equaling the biggest win in the history of the opening game at the European Championships. Good footwork, Musiala, a couple of step overs, he glides beyond Ralston, and he's twisted back onto his right hand side, lays it back to Mittelstadt, first time cross, and it's hits over the top by Wirtz. Beyond Havertz, Wirtz at the back post. No excuse for Scotland there to let him get the shot away. They look like they can concede every time Germany come forward, and Musiala in particular, that dazzling Germany number 10, really is toying with them.
It's another massive opportunity. Yeah, Musiala has been absolutely outstanding, hasn't he? But Wirtz watching that one come all the way, probably got too much of a connection on it. But he'll be disappointed he's not locked Angus Gunn there.
Well, look, Chris, we'll move on from this quickly. We'll get the train north to West Germany tomorrow, and it'll all be about the next Scotland group game against the Swiss next Wednesday. That's a much more winnable game. Although, on this form, they're not going to beat anybody, Scotland.
And what you've got to think about is what this takes out the body as well for the players. You know, they're working very, very hard without the ball. Even with it, you know, they've got no options. So I think Steve Clarke will have to think about making changes.
Stuart Armstrong, Scott McKenna are warming up amongst 5 Scotland players warming up on the near side of the field. And Steve Clarke, about 20 rows of seats down below us in his dark suit, just patrolling the touchline. Germany have lived up to the opening game billing, not necessarily among the huge favourites, Germany, for Euro 2024, but underlining that they'll be a real threat in the tournament, particularly at home. Musiala, left wing position. Again, he's racing infield away from Ralston. Low ball in, cleared away by Gunn. Gundogan on the follow-up, denied by the block of McGregor. Good defending by McGregor to stick out a leg and turn it away from Gundogan. Again, it was a nervy moment for Angus Gunn, who got a leg on that cross to clear it away. Germany are straight back on the attack, leading 3-0. Mittelstadt delivers, diving header away by Jack Hendry. It's relentless pressure now on the Scotland goal, on the 10 men here.
Well, that is number 4, isn't it? If it isn't for McGregor, but just the bravery just to throw himself in front of that one there from Gundogan, because whatever was it, 7-8 yards from goal there. Yeah, fantastic defending there from McGregor.
Not won or even scored in their opening game at a European Championship before Scotland. Here is Kimmich, right wing position for Germany. All of the play now in the final third. It's right in front of our commentary position to the right of the halfway line. Germany keeping possession and moving it very effectively indeed. At pace here, Germany, stretching Scotland, who again have got everybody back behind the ball. Rudiger, he's about 35 yards from goal. There's a flurry of shirts between him and the net though. Gross knocks it wide to Kimmich on the near side of the field, the dead ball line. It's a good cross. Hendry with a diving header, only as far as Mittelstadt. On the edge of the area, still a desperation about Scotland's defending. Mittelstadt's left-footed shot is blocked by Ralston. Now it's Kroos, back to Wirtz. Sizes one up from range, and it's about 5-6 yards over the bar. 3-0 to Germany. Live on Talk Sport against the 10 men of Scotland. We can go behind the goal, behind Angus Gunn's goal now, where Talk Sport Scotland reporter Shabana Hearn is watching. And Shaban, this is a tough night for every Scotland fan, isn't it?
It really is. Why did you put me here behind this side of the goal? 3 shots on target there, and the German fans are very, very excited. I have to say, just hearing the defenders communicating with Angus Gunn, it does seem to be a lot more solid for Scotland in defence this half. I think Ran Hanley's been a good introduction this half, and just looking opposite me just now, the Tartan Army are flat as a pancake. Hopefully a goal can turn things around for Scotland.
Oh, look, we'll get you behind the Tartan Army goal for the next 2 group games, or at least we'll try our best to do that. 3-0 Germany lead, high ball up the middle from Rudiger. Havertz trying to bring it down, out comes the goalkeeper, and he just gets there, Gunn, in front of Florian Wirtz. Grant Hanley has tried to help out the 10 men. Porteous for Handley was a surprise selection maybe, and it just hasn't paid off for Scotland.
Yeah, he's been very unlucky, hasn't he? You know, I think he's had an opportunity. I just don't understand, if the ball's there to be won cleanly, why think about the contact on the player? You know, especially in the box. Outside the box, it's still silly, but we just never really got into the game. It was always difficult. Yeah, tired minds.
And tired bodies as well, no doubt, for some of the Scotland players. Christie fouled by Tarr, clumsy lunge from Tarr, the yellow card. We're going to bring on Nicholas Fulkrug, who a lot of us have seen do great things in the Champions League with Borussia Dortmund over the course of the season, of course, and it certainly doesn't get any easier for Scotland here, because Leroy Sané is going to come on as well, Chris. You have to laugh almost, really, at this point.
Yeah, it just shows you the quality in depth. I wouldn't say like for like, you know. Havertz is perfectly suited, but Fulkrug, he's just going to bring something different, you know, looking to get in behind. That movement again is going to be a problem. Sané can play either flank. That pace, that athleticism, end product as well.
A standing ovation for Kai Havertz. He's continued his good recent form in front of goal for Germany, his 17th international goal tonight. And on comes the big number 9, Fulkrug, who's been a late bloomer, but has had a great time, generally speaking, in a Germany shirt. And now Leroy Sané, who was an injury doubt coming into the tournament, but is fit, and he replaces Florian Wirtz. So 2 top international forwards replaced by exactly the same thing. Germany 3, the 10 men of Scotland now 0. Over an hour gone, and here comes Germany winning the ball back after the Scotland free kick. It's Joshua Kimmich racing down the middle. They've got 4 forward here in wide Germany. Sané's first touch takes him into the area, and then the past effort towards goal is a poor one, straight at goal.
Yeah, it just shows you the threat. You know, I think the opportunity. I think he should have taken the first touch forward, taken it towards the goal. Another five's Kieran Tierney there. Then he can either go for goal himself or pick one of his teammates out. Let off.
That's off for Scotland, and it could have been even worse as far as the scoring is concerned. There was a check that went narrowly in their favour for a possible penalty in the first half, before the penalty that Germany eventually took and scored. It was ruled that the foul had taken place outside the 18-yard box instead. The ball is on the halfway line, and Scotland have a free kick. England in action on Sunday, getting their campaign underway against Serbia. 8 o'clock live on Talk Sport. Got a top punditry team for you over the course of the tournament as well. The likes of Emmanuel Petit and David Moyes, Ashley Young and Ali McCoist, all part of our team live in Germany. And Germany have possession now with Tarr, who is on a yellow card. Square ball out to the near side, the right, and Kimmich. And Germany still trying to keep up the pace in possession. It's slowed a little bit, but they work it wide to the left, and Sané, who's one-on-one with Ralston, who's been left isolated on a number of occasions. Back in field it goes to Kroos, midway inside the Scotland half. Now Mittelstedt with a high looping ball into the back post, headed behind by Tierney. Germany have a corner. You are listening to Euro Game Day live on Talk Sport, presented by Carling, the UK's #1 lager. 18 plus, please drink responsibly. Any second half positive so far for Scotland, Chris? Well,
yeah, you know what, I think that they have been solid, defended a lot better, definitely making that first contact with crosses coming in, but they're having to be very, very patient, spending a lot of time without the ball, Joe. It must be very, very frustrating.
Rudiger in a wrestling match with McGinn, so the referee from France, Clement Turpin, has just stopped the game to call over Rudiger and McGinn, who will know each other well from when Rudiger was in the Premier League playing for Chelsea, former Champions League winner with Chelsea, Antonio Rudiger, and of course he repeated the trick with Real Madrid, season just gone. Kroos with the delivery, right-footed into the near post, headed away, drops to Mittelstedt on the edge of the box. He struck it well, but it was too high, and it's gone behind for a goal kick to Scotland. One-way traffic, all left to right, all Germany, but they haven't been able to add to their goal tally in the second half. Germany 3, the 10 men of Scotland 0, and Kenny McLean and Billy Gilmore are going to come on for Scotland very shortly.
Yeah, again, good technical players coming on to try and just kind of get hold of the ball. What you're looking for here now is a set piece, a corner. I've got to say Grant Hanley's come on defensively, kind of showed it up a little bit, going and putting his head where it matters, making sure he's making that first contact. Communication is so important. Yeah, it's
Gilmour, another one, Chris, who we thought might start tonight. A lot of debate in the build-up about the Scotland team selection. A lot of talk. We certainly thought Gilmour would start and McTominay would play in a more advanced role. Hasn't worked out like that. And here comes Billy Gilmour about to take to the field, and it's Callum McGregor coming off first of all. I wonder whether they'll take off McTominay as well. They almost might as well at this point, but it's not McTominay yet. It's John McGinn who's coming off for Scotland this time, Chris.
Yeah, this is just about saving the legs, saving the bodies, giving Billy Gilmour, Kenny McLean some game time as well. Everyone's got a job to do, a part to play. But I've got to say, I don't think Callum McGregor's been up to too much. I think the quality that he's got, he has to be able to influence a game like this more so than what he has done.
Well, 10 men have got a free kick here. McTominay 10 yards into Germany territory, playing towards 3 tiers of Scotland fans away to the left-hand side. McTominay hacks the ball into the penalty area. Hendry coming into the far post, couldn't reach it. Hanley was there as well. It's bounced away out of play, and I think that's a Germany throw. Deep inside their own half of the field in the right back position. Kimmich is across quickly to take it. Last quarter of a punishing opening night to come here for Scotland. They were 3-0 down and down to 10 men at half-time. Germany have failed to add to their lead, at least so far. Good footwork driving infield is Zane. Looks for Ilkay Gundogan in the air. It's dropped to Fulkrug. Oh, what a finish! Nicholas Fulkrug almost burst the net. The number 9 has rifled it home. Scotland are just punch-drunk here in Munich. And it's another blow landed by Germany. Fulkrug with an explosive strike. 4 for Germany, the hosts in the opening game. And Scotland don't know where to look. Germany 4, 10-man Scotland 0.
This is an excellent strike. The ball, there was a challenge, defensive challenge. The ball came loose, it was bouncing, he was onto it like a flash. One touch, second touch right into the top right-hand corner. It's an excellent finish. That just shows you a player in form. Didn't know a lot, but it's a great first touch on his left, just taking it onto his right, and then just put the laces through it. An excellent finish. Angus Gunn has no chance whatsoever there.
Scotland players, hands on hips, all around the field of play. Nothing that Angus Gunn could do about that. And Nicholas Fulkrug now 12 international goals in just 17 appearances for Germany. And although Scotland have been dreadful, Germany have been excellent. And they look a side to be reckoned with at Euro 2024, as they so often have been over the years. Of course, Germany, such a great international pedigree. They have failed to deliver at recent international tournaments, though. Disappointed in the group stages in the last 2 World Cups, and went out of Euro 2020 memorably to England in the round of 16. But it's a Germany team that means business, Chris Iwelumo, and unfortunately for Scotland, the 10 men have been on the wrong end of it tonight.
Yeah, they have. I think Germany have showcased exactly what they're all about. A home nation under a lot of pressure coming into the game, but they've been outstanding, haven't they? A real threat. Definitely contenders to go on and do special things, I think.
A long 20 minutes to come for the Scots, but some of the fans around us, the Scotland fans, are still trying to sing defiantly. Most of the noise is from the Germany fans. Behind the goal, away to our right, Germany are attacking again. Sane, corner of the penalty area, 4-0 up now live on TalkSport. Sane, edge of the 18-yard box, he slipped it inside right towards Gundogan, overhit this time, behind and away for a goal kick. Gundogan operating effectively in that number 10 role. There's real depth in this Germany squad, as we've just seen, and Fulkrug offers them something very different to Kai Havertz, Chris, and he's proven at international level that he is such a terrific finisher.
Yeah, clinical.
Screen pass gun, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. I think it's just the physicality, the movement, the strength, but then finishes like that. That's an excellent finish, isn't it? Just leads the line very, very well.
Wall-to-wall football at this summer's Euros on TalkSport. And then the Olympics to come. We've got coverage from Paris later this summer. The Premier League fixtures are out, and next week we'll bring that to you first and fastest as ever before the The new season starts in August. A month of Euro 2024 to look forward to. For Scotland, surely it could only get better from here. Kimmich has got the ball in the right back position. And Scotland's 2 group games to go will be against Switzerland and Hungary. And Steve Clarke has targeted 4 points, but you just wonder what this has taken out of them. Torn apart by Germany tonight. Gundogan 10 yards into opposition territory. Scampers towards the left, he looks for the run of Musiala, cleared away by the defender coming across. It was Anthony Ralston for Scotland, and now Thomas Muller getting ready to come on and play his part. And star-studded names for Germany continue to line up and continue to get ready to come on and come into the game, and they'll all fancy a goal. Kimmich is about 10 yards in the corner of the area. Scotland again trying to defend as diligently as they possibly can. With 10 men with everybody behind the ball. Muller waiting almost nonchalantly to come on the near side touchline. That's with Kroos. 10 yards into the Scotland half. Wide to the near side and Kimmich. Kimmich, such a natural footballer. Playing it right back for Germany. Sane trying to dart in field away from Robertson, who blocks him off. Deep inside his own half, Robertson back to Tierney. Tierney clears, hurriedly right-footed under real pressure there. It's only as far as Rudiger. Christie's trying to chase. He's trying to make something out of nothing. But it's an impossible task for Christie. And Germany are just popping the ball about in neat triangles, and they are relentless. Scotland beleaguered. Kimmich crosses, headed away by Hanley, behind and away again for another Germany corner. 4 they've scored tonight, Germany. Their 4th corner coming up, and Jamal Musiala will have to come off here. Scotland will no longer be tormented by him, but it's the loudest cheer of the night really from some of the Germany fans for Musiala. A standing ovation for a player who promises so much across Euro 2024. He scored the 2nd of Germany's 4 so far tonight, and I'm sure there's much more to come from him, Chris O'Wellman.
Yeah, he's been excellent right from the get-go. His movement was outstanding with the ball. He was creating so much, getting into, just stretching the pitch, asking that question in behind, and was getting on the end of some excellent balls through as well, but end product every single time.
Corner taken short for Germany. Here's Kimmich on the corner of the penalty area. Muller's already among those in the box. It's Pascal Gross to try and size one up. He's floated across to the back stick. Tar whips it across goal right-footed. It's missed by Andy Robertson. Now that flag is up on the near side of the field. Scotland will get a free kick. That checkered yellow and orange flag. Thomas Muller, who strangely has never scored at a European Championship. He's got a wonderful record at the World Cup, 10 goals in 19 at the World Cup in his Germany career, but never scored at the Euros. One of those strange quirks of football. Of course, another player in this Germany team who knows these surroundings of Munich so well, and that's got to have helped Germany tonight, Chris. If you look at the Scotland first half performance, so nervous, so many of those Scotland players. For a lot of the Germany players, this is their home. This is where they play every week.
Yeah, I understand that, but you still got to go and earn the right and be aggressive, be on the front foot and try and force, get some sort of foothold in the game. You can't just concede possession, sit back deep and allow Germany to control the game.
Here is Gross, 10 yards shy of the halfway line for Germany. And now Kimmich trots into Scotland territory, back to Gross again, just inside the Scotland half. Had a great season at Brighton, Pascal Gross, their player of the year for 23-24. 15 minutes of a very tough night on opening night for Scotland to go. But you can hear Flower of Scotland echoing around the Munich football arena, a defiant rallying cry from the Scotland fans as Germany come forward again. Füllkrug in the area, God has tipped it away. Füllkrug, he'll go in. It's another for the super sub. Niklas Füllkrug has got 2 off the bench. Germany make it 5-0. It will be the biggest opening game win in the history of the European Championships and the most chastening of nights for the 10 men of Scotland. It's a messy goal. Gunn got a big hand to it. VAR will check it, but it is at the moment Germany 5, the 10 men of Scotland 0.
Well, I'm looking at it on the monitor, I believe. Offset's a great take on his chest as well. And then when Grant Hanley comes in, the contact deflection just goes over the head of Angus Gunn, gets a hand to it. But I think he is in an offside position. Well, I'm hoping so anyway.
It might be ruled out here. The referee, I think, has disallowed it. He's pointing for a free kick to Scotland. The ball is being thrown back towards the Scotland goal, and Fulkrug, as the ball was played in, we've got monitors in our commentary position there. He's about half a yard offside, ahead of Tierney, and maybe Gunn deserved a bit of luck because it was very nearly a very good save. I'm not convinced Fulkrug actually even got the final touch on that. Anyway, the goal's chalked off, and it stays 4-0 to Germany as Scotland get ready to bring on another defender in Scott McKenna.
Kieran Tierney going off, so just another voice, physicality. I'm looking at that there. The first touch from Fulkrug, on the chest was outstanding. The ball in, had to take it very, very well. Grant Hanley reacting to it rather than anticipating it. But Scott McKenna can come on, that understanding between Hanley and McKenna, that relationship is there.
McKenna will play the left-sided centre-half, still at Nottingham Forest, spent the second half of last season away on loan in Denmark with Copenhagen. So still 4-0 to Germany here on opening night. 03717 22344 for the Sports Bar Weekender to come with Adam Cattrall and Charlie Adam, the former Scotland midfielder, who I'm sure will have plenty to say. Scotland fans, make sure you get your calls into Talk Sport, and we'll try and bring you some reaction post-match here in Munich from the Scotland camp. A very tough night for the Scots. Here is Rudiger, midway inside his own half for Germany. So Germany back in possession, and quickly, as has been customary in the game, right back on the offensive again. Gross in the centre circle, looks up from the central position, lays it square to the near side, the right, and Rudiger quickly wide to Kimmich, early ball into the near post, headed away by McKenna, who is retreating back for Scotland in the 78th minute now. Scotland have the ball with Robertson at back position. Just steers it infield to McKenna again. Back now to Gunn, whose goal has been under just constant play. Gilmour on the edge of his own penalty area, immediately crosses there. Germany's press has been so effective in the game. Germany winning the ball back half the pitch again, and Mittelstadt has been fouled by McTominay.
So naughty one from McTominay there. I think the referee had clear view of that as well, knew exactly what he was doing. It's lucky there not to receive a yellow, I think.
It's frustration, isn't it, Chris, more than anything. You can understand it as crossfield ball left to right to the near side, and Kimmich once more. Attack v defence in this second half. 4-0 to Germany. Gross wide to Kimmich again in the right wing position. Back in field to Pascal Gross once more. Time control. Ping it to the back post. Headed across goal by Kimmich. Muller with a glancing header, and it's turned behind by Robertson. Kimmich coming into the back post. Robertson with an important intervention. Germany have a corner in front of the home end.
Well, this is great quality from Muller. He knew exactly where Kimmich was as well. He's trying to find him there. I've got to say, Robertson, it's great defending, sees the danger, gets in there and has to make the clearance first, make the first contact.
Gross is standing over it. Germany's iconic number 8, one of the greats of this generation. Right-footed and out-swinging the delivery, headed away well by Hendry. It's come out to the back post, and Mittelstadt, who struck a half volley left-footed from the corner of the box a few minutes ago, and it's exactly the same result. Screams high over the top and away from danger. Goal kick to Scotland, 10 minutes left, and Tony Kroos, who's retiring at the end of this tournament, will get another standing ovation here. Emre Can, a late call-up to the Germany squad, will come on, and wouldn't it be fitting for Tony Kroos to finish off on home soil as a European Championship winner? A heck of a long way to go in the course of the tournament, but of course that's the aim for Germany and Julian Nagelsmann. What have you made of Kroos tonight, Chris?
Outstanding.
Usually stuff, really.
Reads the game so well with the ball. There's no one better, is there? His distribution is excellent, but he just keeps him ticking over.
Lots of fans heading for the exits now here around the Munich football arena. The majority of the Scotland fans have stayed to the end of the game. Still 9.5 minutes of normal time left, and Germany are breaking forward with Muller. Far side the left wing position. Zane's among those in the middle. Great reverse ball to Gundogan, who couldn't quite get the right side of it under pressure from Andy Robertson. Delightful ball into the box from Muller, and there's a thumbs up from Gundogan as well. As Scotland now make a change, a flurry of second half substitutions, and off goes Ryan Christie. And here comes the number 9, Lawrence Shankland, and again That was a potential call for Steve Clarke before the game. Would you start the top scorer in last season's Scottish Premiership? And again, when Scotland looked to the Switzerland game, and they'll quickly put this one behind them, well, they have to, Chris Iwelumo. That'll be among Steve Clarke's thoughts, won't it, whether to play Shankland or not?
Yeah, what you've got to understand as well, I think that the service that Che Adams was getting in the first half was terrible. He was isolated. It was I wouldn't even say fight balls, he was just not getting a sniff at all. So Lawrence Shankland, very, very similar attributes. It's all about the service that you give, and that's where players and that defensive unit have to take responsibility and make sure that quality going forward is better than what it has been.
Germany falls Scotland in. Scotland have been down to 10 men since the 45th minute. Ryan Porteous sent off. It was already going very wrong even before that. Anthony Ralston's right-footed cross towards Shankland, miscue by the defender, headed away by Rudiger and smacked further clear by Muller for Germany. Now Emre Can. Quick ball to Zane. He's got pace to burn as ever. Darting down the near side, the right. He's one-on-one with McKenna, who's backing off. Quick feet from Zane into the area. Angle is very tight now. McKenna and Hanley do enough between them to nullify the threat of Zane. And Andy Robertson will thump it clear over the halfway line for Scotland, where it comes immediately back to a rating Tony Rudiger. Manuel Neuer's touches in the game, probably only just into double figures, you have to say.
Yeah, and just another opportunity there for Andy Robertson just to kind of keep possession of the ball. You know, if he drives with it himself, I know you look at his body language now, he's tired man. But Lawrence Shankland, he's just come on, he's fresh. Put it into the channel with a bit of quality, give him something to chase. Or can you hit him? Can you hit his feet? Can you hit his body with the quality that Andy Robertson has?
Still no shot on goal for Scotland. Zane 25 yards out, says the goalkeeper, who clutches it into his chest. You're listening to Euro Game Day live on TalkSport, presented by Burger King. Bring home the ultimate food satisfaction. Get your favourites delivered now. Reminder of our commentaries over the next couple of days. Tomorrow, Hungary, Switzerland, Spain, Croatia and Italy, Albania. All of those live on TalkSport. And then on Sunday, Poland, Netherlands on TalkSport. Slovenia, Denmark on TalkSport 2. That's in England's group, so make sure you download the TalkSport app. You can be across all the action at your leisure, all 51 games with us. And then at 8 o'clock on Sunday, Serbia against England. We will continue the build-up to England's first game. Starting tomorrow morning with TalkSport Breakfast. A lot to look forward to. The best build-up and the best of the action with TalkSport. McKenna on the ball for Scotland. The square ball to Hanley. Scotland have been more competitive in the context in the second half, but it's Germany now bursting forward with Mittelstadt down the left again. He cuts it back towards Fulkrug, and a half interception by Ralston, who's then eventually able to scramble it clear towards Shankland on the far side of the field. Shabana Hearn is our TalkSport Scotland reporter. She's stationed behind the goal to our right-hand side. Shaban, plenty of the Scotland fans have stayed right until the end. What has been a pretty gloomy night, not many positives.
Oh, it's been a hard watch. I have to say Germany have been absolutely electric, and Fulkrug's goal, that fourth goal, just knocked the stuffing out of the Scotland players. Just not enough tonight. They've been miles off it. They need to do more now heading into that Switzerland game.
That's the big task ahead for Scotland and Steve Clarke. Thanks very much indeed, Shaban. And Shaban will try and get us some reaction after the game with the Scotland camp. You'll be able to hear it on TalkSport. Remember, you can have your say, Scotland fans, after the opening night 03717 223344 for the Sports Bar Weekender to come. 5 minutes of normal time to go, plus added time in the second half here. If you're a Germany fan, it's been the opening night of your dreams. Chris Iwelumo sat next to me, not as happy. Zane racing through the middle again for Germany, and a rifling left-footed shot that's screaming over the top of the crossbar. Reached the edge of the D, Leroy Zane. You can see that he fancies a goal tonight.
Yeah, he's lively, isn't he? He's head down, focused. He already knows he wants to get that shot away, but yeah, he needs to be a little bit better accuracy there. I think he can release the ball a little bit as well, but he wants his goal.
Well, there are still Scotland fans walking by our commentary position as they head out into the Munich night with smiles on faces. And Steve Clarke will have to try and be as positive as he possibly can, Chris. Is there much need for much of a post-match talk in the dressing room after this? The players all know what's gone wrong?
Yeah, the players will know, but they have to go again. You know, you have to like you say, just get back on the bike. You know, there's all to play for. There wasn't a lot of expectation that they were going to get something from this game. The terminology free hit was thrown about. I hate it, but they haven't shown up. They've got two other opportunities to kind of go out and achieve something very, very special, but the confidence is definitely taking a battering today.
They've got a free kick, Scotland. It's 6 yards into the Germany half. Near side the left, right in front of the Germany dugout. Robertson is over the ball. Scotland have sent to halves forward. It's high towards McTominay. It'll drop towards the far post, and it's in! Via deflection! Scotland have got one back. McKenna got the touch, deflected in off Rudiger, and Scotland with a defiant late reply. And there is at least something to cheer for the masses, the Tartan army here in Munich, who've stayed up until the end. McKenna at the back post, may well be an own goal of Tony Rudiger. The 10-minute reply late on. It's not going to make any difference to the eventual result. Surely an own goal by Rudiger. Germany 4, the 10 men of Scotland 1, and the Tartan army are dancing to our left.
Well, Scott McKenna just keeps the ball alive, doesn't he? Trying to put it back into the danger area. I've got to say Rudiger didn't know a lot about it, and Neuer had already kind of committed.
I hate to tell you, Chris, they are checking for a potential offside in the build-up to that goal.
I'm sitting thinking second half 1-1, there's a positive there.
Well, they are going to check this. Was McKenna offside at the back post as McTominay flicked it on? The VAR check is underway here. Of course, this Scotland goal makes no difference to where the 3 points is going, but if you finish on a positive, that might help Scotland potentially. The flick is from Fulkrug, so surely McKenna is going to be adjudged to be onside. Goal given, 4-1 Germany, and the Scotland fans in front of us are hopping up and down, waving their blue and white saltires, the flags up into the air. Plenty of them are really enjoying themselves still at the end of the game, a game in which they've been comfortably beaten, but it is 4-1, and maybe Scotland will have the last word, at least, on the night, anyway. It looked like McKenna got the touch, but it has to be an own goal from Tony Rudiger.
Yeah, McKenna, he just put it back into the 6-yard area. Rudiger didn't know a lot about it, come off the back of the head, but into the near post, and Neuer had already committed, going central.
Well, Scotland, for the first time, have scored in their opening game at a European Championship. Here is Zane, near side the right for Germany, blocked off by Andy Robertson. Now Shankland going in hard on Kimmich, who's come out the better of it for Germany. Kimmich floats the ball to the back post. Mittelstadt brings it down on his left foot, lays it back to Pascal Gross. Gross forward now to Muller, and back out wide to Mittelstadt again. Whipped in by Gross. Crossfield, you're not singing anymore, sing the Scotland fans. Even at 4-1 down, the 10 men. Zane. Infield from the inside right channel to Kimmich. They're queuing up on the edge of the Scotland box here, Germany. And Ray Chan with plenty of time to size the square ball to Jonathan Tah. Tah out toward the left and Mittelstadt. Further wide is Muller. Set plays are going to be key at this summer's Euros for Scotland, you feel. And have scored from one tonight. Mittelstadt's cross, Fulkrug's little flick at the near post, blocked off by Billy Gilmore. Flag's gone up on the near side anyway. Into the last 20 seconds, live on Talk Sport. Germany 4, 10-man Scotland 1. Chris Iwelumo, something at least for those 10,000 supporters to go home at least a little bit happy about.
Yeah, it's definitely a positive, isn't it? You know, the first goal in an opening game. But yeah, you're looking at it. Yeah, I think the second half it's 1-1. There's another positive as well, without really creating anything else really. They've defended well, so you take a positive there. It's taken a lot out of the team though, taken a lot out physically and mentally, Joe.
Flicked by Kenny McLean, it's going to drift out to play. Now the Germany fans all around us get to their feet. There's Germany cheers you can hear. And the flag's being waved behind the goal, the yellow, the red and the black. Sports Bar weekend to come once we're done here in Munich with all the reaction. 03717 222 3 added minutes at the end of this game. Scotland 4-1 down. They won it back midway inside their own half. Gilmore scampering across to the near side, the left, and now Scott McKenna, who can claim an assist for that Antonio Rudiger goal. I don't think it was going anywhere near the back of the net. I think he was trying to pull it back, wasn't he, McKenna?
Yeah, just put it into the danger area. I have to say, I think there wasn't anyone in there to get on the end of it, so very fortunate that Rudiger was the contact there.
Traditionally, opening matches at the Euros are tight affairs. Not been the case tonight. Kimmich for Germany, square to Zane. Sane's 25 yards out, dead centre. Sea of Scotland, dark blue shirts in front of him. They have to go wide to the far side of the field, and Muller pokes it back to the feet of Gross. Great delivery, Kimmich back post. Good recovery by Robertson, because he nearly stumbled there. Flicked it away, Andy Robertson, the Liverpool man. Now Kimmich by the dead ball line. Robertson backing off. Kimmich has rolled the pass to the feet of Emre Can. Now Jonathan Tah takes over. The square ball to Gross. Now Muller poking it back towards Gross again under pressure from Scott McTominay. A greater tenacity about Scotland in the second half. The game was lost and won by Germany at half-time. Kimmich has got the ball again for them. Can Germany finish off with a fifth? Inside the right, infield it goes to Zane. Capped on the edge of the Scotland penalty area again now. Germany, as though that Scotland consolation was just that, an aberration. Gundogan, the captain, 5 yards from the edge of the box. The tricky Gundogan is it square to Tah against Scotland. All 10 behind the ball. Scotland fans in full voice. Zane, edge of the box, wide left to Mittelstadt. That pass was overhit. All eyes on the referee here, deep into second half added time. Forward by Zane. Muller plays it back to the edge of the area. Emre Can places it into the bottom corner, places it to perfection. Angus Gunn, the goalkeeper, might be disappointed once again. The Scotland number one, but Emre Can has come off the bench to crown a 5-star opening night for Germany and leave Scotland licking their wounds. Germany 5, the 10 men of Scotland 1.
It's an excellent goal from Emre Can. He just opens the foot up and just passes it in, doesn't he? The only thing I'm looking at, there wasn't a lot of pace on the shot itself. Angus Gunn, did he see it late? Was his view obstructed? That's all I can say, because it's at a good height for the goalkeeper as well. I'm looking at it on the monitor here. But Emre Can, cool, calm as you like, composed, just great first touch, opened it up and just found that bottom right hand corner. He's watching it all the way, Angus Gunn here.
Goalkeeper should say that, sure.
Yeah, I think he needs to get a hand on that.
It's good placement on the strike by Can. Rolls it towards the bottom corner.
There's a slight deflection off the foot of Hanley. Maybe that just takes it away from Angus Gunn there.
And that is the full-time whistle. Germany rack up the biggest victory in the history of the opening night of the European Championships. Scotland, for their part, simply had no answer. The first time Germany have scored 5 in a European Championship game, and the hosts have underlined their intent in Munich tonight. That victory was pretty much as comprehensive as it gets. It was game over by half-time as the Scots were run ragged. Wirtz and Musiala with 2 goals inside the first 19 minutes to put Germany in a very commanding position. Scotland thought that they might have held out at 2-0 by the half-time whistle, but Ryan Porteous, after a VAR check, are judged not only to have fouled Ilkay Gundogan, but have committed a foul that was worthy of a red card. Porteous then was sent off on his major tournament debut. Kai Havertz tucked away the resulting spot kick into the second half. Damage limitation for Scotland. Full crew came off the bench to make it 4-0. A late own goal by Antonio Rudiger, Scotland's first ever in an opening game at a European Championship, their opening game at the European Championship. But Emre Can late on ensured that Germany had the final word, and Scotland have it all to do. They've never progressed beyond the first group stage of a major tournament, and on this evidence, that run looks likely to continue. Germany 5, 10-man Scotland 1.
Cheers, Joe. And the Scotland players going over to the Tartan Army to applaud them. It's mutual applause. I'm not sure the Scotland players will feel that they deserve that applause, though. Their heads were down. They looked like a well-beaten side, because they were a well-beaten side. One thing we must say, Chris Owellamo, before we analyse what's happened tonight, dissect it and lead the inquest, their Euros isn't over. There's 2 more games to come. 4 best third-place finishes go through So the Euros are not over for Scotland, despite the fact they've been hammered tonight.
But that's what Steve Clarke will be saying to the players in the dressing room. They have to pick themselves up again. They have to take positives from that game, if that's even possible. Second half was better, more competitive. Conceded 2 goals. You know, it's just the way it is. But like you say, Switzerland hungry to come. They have to, like you say, get confidence from somewhere, but they have to perform. They have to bring a performance to the table, and you know they'll analyse this. They'll go through the debrief, and it's not going to be a pleasant morning, afternoon. Don't know how long it'll take, but they'll be there a while. I feel.
Well, I mean, it's Wednesday, the game in Cologne, so they've got from now till Wednesday, or Steve Clarke has got from now till Wednesday, not just to put things right, to work out exactly what's gone wrong and then try and put it right. That's not a long time. So this is a massive test for Steve Clarke, and ultimately a massive test for the players as well.
No, it is. No, we spoke about it the other night. You know, I think you set the team up defensive. It's a platform for the players to then build on. That attacking quality then should shine through. It never, at the minute, everything was frantic. They were defending for their lives. They never kept hold of the ball. They were giving the ball straight back to Germany, and it was just attack v defence. There was no moment. So that's when you need players, big players, to get on the ball and start driving, taking the game to Germany. Never happened tonight. Across the board. Che Adams feeding off scraps, and I understand Joe is saying Shankland coming on. Would have been the exact same. How can he influence the game if he's not getting quality from back to front? So that has to be addressed.
Well, and let's look at it tactically, Chris, because Scotland were always going to play that 5 at the back, 2 wing backs, 3 centre halves, right? And the key for me was what went on in front of them. They were way too deep. I mean, 4 players were right on top of a back 5. The wing-backs didn't get forward hardly at all. Che Adams completely isolated. Now, is that players taking it upon themselves to retreat and be defensive? Or is that Steve Clarke telling them, make sure you bank it up, 5, then 4, and Che Adams can feed off scraps?
I put it down to how good Germany were. You know, I think, okay, yeah, defensively, that defensive line, you concede possession, but Germany done the right thing. Straight from the kick-off, they went long. They put it in behind Jack Henry, and then it was a battle between Gundogan and Callum McGregor to win that second ball. So in that moment, Scotland came out better off. So there's options to pass. Find McTominay, McGregor. Go out to Robertson on the left. It wasn't. It was the foot put through. Anywhere was good.
And they did it from the off, didn't they? They were booting it from the off.
From the off, and that's just, I don't understand that. Try and get the ball down, get those short passes in, get the confidence from that, some respite as well. I've got to say that the intensity of the German team from start to finish was excellent. Musiala in the first 30 minutes, he was unplayable. Yeah. Unplayable.
Well, I mean, if it's small consolation for Scotland, Musiala played at every junior level for England before deciding to play for Germany. He's German born, moved to England when he was 7, grew up there, so, and Bayern Munich then signed him. So for me, he's German, but England could have had him. They had him, and I'm watching this game thinking, oh my goodness, what a massive error that's been from somebody somewhere in the FA not to get him locked in a room and sign up for England, get him playing in a competitive game at the age of 16. Just do it. Because he was an absolute wizard tonight. The goal was fantastic, but all round they just couldn't handle him at all, could they? And
he was everywhere, down both channels, asking that question in behind, and yeah, he doesn't really come to feet too often. He's still got that ability, but he's so direct with it, taking players on, end product. The weight of pass, the execution of the pass, and then the finishing itself was outstanding. I still think Callum McGregor could have got a little bit closer to him. I thought that was a little bit too easy. I know it's inside the 18-yard box, but it was a hard one for Angus Gunn.
OK, let's talk about the second half goals, because Scotland almost drew the second half. Again, we're clutching at straws a little bit. Fulkrug's goal, he's been on the field 5 minutes. It's a fantastic first touch. The second touch, there's no blame to Angus Gunn in the goal whatsoever. It's a brilliant finish.
Yeah, the first touch, the ball, I think Grant Hanley made a challenge. The ball that came loose, Fulkrug was onto it like a flash. That first touch with his left, just bringing it onto the right without even a think about it. No backlift at all, laces through the ball right into the top right hand corner. Angus Gunn nowhere near it, but that's what he does. He's an out and out goal scorer. His goal to game ratio is ridiculous, and he's still coming off the bench because it doesn't really kind of fit exactly what Nagelsmann want, but he will score goals everywhere.
Yeah, he's got 12 in 17 appearances for Füllkrug. Scored 3 in 4 appearances at major tournaments, Euros and World Cups, all as a substitute as well. What an impact player to bring on. A fantastic finish from him. Now, I'm going to reveal to our listeners, you had a dream that Tony Rudiger would be sent off. Close, he scored an own goal. So you were nearly right.
I think that's just hoping, isn't it? Yeah, it was one of them. I thought they were outstanding. They're composed defensively. There's such a physicality about them. Then we spoke to Raf the other day, and he was talking about the attributes of the German. I seen, like, you're looking at Andrić, boom, challenges going in, very, very physical, and that was right across the back four. Yeah, they've got that fluency. Those players that are nice on the eye, but they've got a fantastic balance in the team. I think they'll go a long way.
Well, Scotland did get their goal, and then the final goal for 5-1. Emre Can, who shouldn't even be playing at this tournament, he was a late inclusion when Popovic had to drop out late on. He's got himself on the pitch, and it looks like a really cultured finish, doesn't it? But I'm looking at Angus Gunn, who tonight for me has shot himself in the foot, Gun. I mean, I just look at it and I think he's got to save that, because this isn't a Füllkrug smash into the net. Yep. This is a calm, almost slow finish, if you like.
Yeah, he just passed it in. When I seen it, there was a slight deflection off the left boot of Grant Hanley, and maybe just that slight movement is just taking it away from Angus Gunn. But I'm still expecting, with the quality he's got, to get a good strong hand, and you could tell from his body language as well. Straight afterwards, he knows that he should have done better. It's definitely with the Wirtz goal as well. He got a good hand on that and he's pushed it onto the post. That's when he's just got to be strong with it.
Yeah, it's not his greatest night. And that's the end of the scoring. 5-1, Germany win. Now, if you're Steve Clarke, what do you say to Ryan Porteous? He's obviously not going to be playing again probably in this tournament, quite possibly. But what do you say? He's been given a great chance. Do you just leave him to stew in his own juices? You've given him a fantastic opportunity. A player we didn't really think was going to get in the 11. He did. And he's just let everybody down tonight.
Yeah, I think Steve Clarke will know how to handle it. I think Ryan Porteous will know that he's let everyone down. There'll be a few apologies. I'm not sure they'll be accepted, in fairness. There'll be a few harsh words being said, because I'm looking at it, the ball can be won cleanly. So there's a genuine attempt just to try and leave one on Gundogan there.
By the way, if people are listening to this thinking, what's Chris Iwelumo talking about? He's got the ball first. You haven't spoken to Charlie Adam, who's about to do the phone-in about 25 minutes on TalkSport. He'll be taking your calls with Adam Catterall. I messaged Charlie asking him what he thought. He said exactly the same. He has to clear that ball. Forget about going for the man. He said exactly the same as you. So that's not two players colluding and getting their story straight. You're exactly spot on with it.
And that's the thing, when you're in a position like that, especially in the 18-yard box, you're under the cosh. You're tired. You're defending for your lives. And he obviously felt that was an opportunity to win the ball cleanly and injure an important player for Germany.
Leave one on him.
And look where he is. He won't feature again in this championship, and it's a real shame.
Well, it is a real shame, and I go back to you and I were in the press conference. Joe and I were in the press conference yesterday, and I was listening to Andy Robertson, all fired up, excited about it. All the hard work's been done. They're going to be ready. They simply weren't ready. Now, I don't know what's gone on behind the scenes, but how can they say yesterday, we're ready for this, we're up for it, and then put in a performance like that? I don't get it. What goes on? Well,
I think it was a shock with how well Germany started. It was intensity straight away.
It's Germany on home soil.
Yeah.
What did they think was going to happen? Did they think Germany were going to sit back?
Well, Raf warned that. I've watched the last 4 games, and they were very, very passive, very patient with the ball, but they went after Scotland, forced the error, and straight away it was like, it was panic stations. But that's when you expect big players to step up then, isn't it? And say, what, okay, I'm here, I'll present myself, give me the ball, I'll keep it for you. And then you're looking around. I never seen that. You're looking at Callum McGregor, you're looking at Scott McTominay, big players, Andy Robertson. There should always be an outlet. Che Adams, it was fight balls. It wasn't like chipped into his chest or his thigh or his feet or his body. It was fight balls that Rudiger's just going to come through, and Germany picked up every second ball.
And Adams won a few of them, but there was nobody there to. Yeah, the game plan seemed very, very odd to me. I got to tell you, it's the first time Scotland have conceded 5 since May 2012, they lost 5-1 to the USA. Talk to me as an ex-pro and your point of view on this. What sort of damage can that do? And if you put it in the goldfish bowl of a tournament that's being watched around the world, and the first game of that tournament as well, psychologically to players, what sort of damage can this do?
Well, it can do a lot of damage. I think there was a genuine belief that Scotland could get something tonight. I don't know if it was the occasion, nerves, something just wasn't right. So now off the back of it, I don't think they'll look at it too much. They have to just wash their hands of it and say we go on to the next, and they start working on the Switzerland strengths and weaknesses. But the players will know themselves that they had a fantastic opportunity tonight, and there'll be massive regret. And that, you look at the last Euros, never really showcased, and I understand COVID affected and things, but that's an excuse. We can still go and deliver on the pitch. This was a massive opportunity to go and say, you know what, we can mix it with the best of them. We can get the ball down, we can play, we've got an identity. I never seen that identity. What I've seen all qualifications, I have not seen that tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that's the key. I said at half-time, there's no shame in losing to Germany. There is a shame in the way you might lose to Germany, and that's the point. We know Scotland, and we know some of those players are way better than they've showed tonight. And yeah, they always say, don't have any regrets when you come off the pitch. They're going to have a million of them tonight, aren't they?
Yeah, and they have to get back on the bike, because like you say, the next game comes thick and fast, so they have to be in the right frame of mind. But I've played with 10 men on a good few occasions, and it takes so much more out of the body, mentally and physically. Yeah, there's changes being made, but there's going to be tired minds. They have to get ready to go again.
Will they go again? Can they go again? That's not a long time for Steve Clarke to pick them up. Players will have to motivate themselves as well as the manager managing them.
That's it. Steve Clarke can make the environment for the players, but the players have to really take responsibility and try and take positives from tonight's game. All the players will be disappointed, but there's still 2 games to go. 4 points will get you to the knockout stages. So that's what you've got to. That's the way you've got to think about it.
It's easier to get through. That's the reality, and Scotland are going to take advantage of that. We will get reaction from the Scotland camp with Shabana Hearn very soon, and your reaction to come on the phone in at 10:30 UK time, 03717 223344. You might want to get your voice notes in on that very same number as well. If I give you the stats from the game, Chris, the attacking stats as far as Scotland are concerned, their XG was 0.01. They had 1 shot, nothing on target, 1 shot inside the box, and in terms of touches in the opposition box, they had 2, and of course one of them led to the own goal, which was scored for them. There are 2 touches in the opposition box, 26 final third entries compared to 67 for Germany, and you have to say that there was no attacking really from Scotland, not with any intent whatsoever.
No, there wasn't. There was no threat. I think there was a free kick on the diagonal. Ryan Porteous put it back into the danger area, but everyone was advanced, and that's where the likes of Scott McTominay usually just comes on to them at the right time. And if he did, just hang back. Chris Stade went, John McGinnis went, and Scott McTominay was in that line. It was a great header back into the danger area from Ryan Porteous. So that was the 1 touch, and then Scott McKenna with the 2nd touch in it's nowhere near good enough. But the players, I'm looking at that as well. In front, you're thinking when they see that. We see the distance covered. Yeah, they've put the graft in, covering the grass, but the touches on the ball, the attacking third entries, the 18 box entry is nowhere near.
Got a lot of work to do. It's the first match in Euros history that's had a penalty, a red card, and an own goal in 90 minutes, which is pretty impressive. And not all of them were negative for Scotland. They benefited from the own goal. However, it's a dark night for Scotland. The big positive, the fans, the other big positive is that their Euros are not over. We've got reaction to come on TalkSport after Germany thrashed Scotland 5-1.
Euro Game Day Live on TalkSport with Carling, the UK's #1 lager. 18 plus, always drink responsibly.
This tournament, prepare for greatness with William Hill. Get ready for last-minute winners, legendary goals, and straight red cards. Oh, what was he thinking? Win 50% more on every England game this tournament with Bet Builder Extra, online or in the app. Only from William Hill. Available day before match to kick-off. Bet builders of 3+ selections at 3-1 or more. Pre-match singles, match stake £20. Full T's and C's apply. 18+. BeGambleAware.org.
Let's go live to hear about that winning goal.
The crowd's gone absolutely wild here. How on earth do you sum up your emotions right now?
Amazing. A hat-trick is just the best feeling ever.
Is it though? Is kicking a ball into the back of the net really better than food fulfillment from Burger King? That warm, fuzzy feeling of total food satisfaction, like finishing the last bite of a Gourmet King's Barbecue Steakhouse Angus.
No.
Correct. Burger King. That's food fulfillment.
This Euros, the